So yeah, for sure we're going with the Phantom Train. And then we will just blow up your Seer Von Dom. That one grows. And then we will just attack with everyone. So that's 1 damage getting through. That is 1 damage getting through. He's double blocking that one, so 4 damage getting through. Okay, not sure the opponent really sees what's going to happen to them, but that's fine because we can just sacrifice. I wish you could. So that's what's nice about the Rottenmouth Viper. You can just sacrifice all of these whenever you want. This one you do have to click through, so I do apologize a little bit to the opponent. Combos like this are a little bit annoying, but I mean, hey, we got him. It took a while to get there, and the reason why it took so long is because he just removed our first Phantom Train. Of course, if I knew that he had that card, I would not have activated our Phantom Train that one turn. But yeah, you see, we can could even do a little bit of bad BM, bad manners, get rid of this creature right here. But we'll just go with, because you see we have one of them left over, so we could ping this guy for 2, but we'll just get the opponent. So GG. So that's 6 damage on board. Unfortunately, we can't split it in an odd way. So what I mean by that is by dealing 3 damage to him and 3 damage to him. Unfortunately, we have to use the 2 damage to still get rid of this guy. And yeah, opponent scoops it up. So yeah, when we get this combo established, yeah, it is really hard for opponents to come back from this. Hey there, neighbor, and welcome to another MTG Arena Standard video. Today we have a really fun one, and that is looking at the new card from the Edge of Eternity set that I know a lot of people have been playing with, and that is Weapons Manufacturing. Card art looks pretty funny. When I first saw it, I thought it was a giant brain, but I still don't know what they are. Maybe planets or something. But yeah, card art looks funny. Weapons Manufacturing, 2 mana. It's an enchantment, and whenever a non-token artifact enters the battlefield, we create a colorless artifact token named Munitions with whenever we sacrifice this, whenever this Munitions token leaves, we get to deal 2 damage to any target. So I know a lot of people have been playing a Gruul version with Weapons Manufacturing, so red and green, and they're playing, I think, the Biotech Specialist, that creature that also I believe when you sacrifice something, you get to ping the opponent for 1. But I'm running a Rakdos version, so red and black. With Weapons Manufacturing and Legion Extruder. This is another card that's really popular in this deck as well for 2 mana. When this artifact enters, it deals 2 damage to any target, and then you can spend 2 mana and you can sacrifice another target. So of course you hope you can sacrifice the Munitions token, because then you can ping the opponent for 2 damage, or you can ping their creatures for 2 damage. And whenever you sacrifice another artifact, we get to create a 3/3 token artifact golem creature, which is pretty nice. But then I know a lot of people have been running this Weapons Manufacturing and Legion Extruder combo with the Rottenmouth Viper, because Rottenmouth Viper, you can reduce its cost by sacrificing a bunch of permanents on the board, so you can sacrifice your Munitions token. But I actually think the Phantom Train works really, really well as well. For 4 mana, this is an artifact that can come down, so again, non-token artifact entering that will trigger Weapons Manufacturing. And kind of like the Rottenmouth Viper, you can sacrifice another artifact or creature, and you can sacrifice more than one. So if we have a bunch of Munitions tokens, we can sacrifice them with the Phantom Train. Sacrificing the Munitions token, again, gets to ping the opponent for 2 damage, or any of the creatures they might have. And whenever we sacrifice something, the Phantom Train becomes a spirit artifact creature until the end of the turn as a 4/4, and it gets +1/+1 for however many things we sacrificed, and it does have trample. So if we sacrifice 3 Munitions token, then we have a 7/7 trampler. We will have sacrificed 3 Munitions tokens, so we'll get to deal 6 damage to, one creature, spread that damage out over multiple creatures, or just ping the opponent's face as well. So I think the Phantom Train works really, really well as well. So yeah, we want to be playing a lot of artifacts with this deck. We have a few of them in the 1 mana slot. Grim Bauble, a creature that the opponent controls gets -2/-2. We have the Clockwork artifact Monkey Toy. It has haste, and it's a 1/1. Whenever this creature dies, we get to exile the top card of our library. We got the Slagdrill Scrapper for 1 mana, new card from the Edge of Eternity set. It is an artifact creature. It's a 1/2. We can pay 2 mana to sacrifice another artifact or land and get to draw a card. In the 2 mana slot, we have the Mephitic Draught. When this artifact enters or when it leaves the battlefield, we get to draw a card and we do lose 1 life. Shoot the Sheriff for a little bit of removal. That's not an artifact, but Tithing Blade is an artifact. When it enters, each opponent sacrifices a creature of their choice. And then finally, we have the Chainsaw for 2 mana. This artifact equipment enters and it gets to deal 3 damage to up to 1 target creature. And then I already went over it, but Legion Extruder also counts as an artifact as well. So we have a bunch of artifacts. Shoot the Sheriff just for some targeted removal. So that's kind of the way that we're going to win with the deck today. But I also thought that the Munitions Massacre... munitions. I'm thinking of weapons manufacturing and the munitions token. The Mutinous Massacre for 7 mana. That is quite a bit. We get to choose odd or even, and 0 counts as even, and then we destroy every creature with the mana value that we chose, and then we gain control of the other creatures. So if the opponent has a pretty wide board or a lot of creatures, let's say they have a bunch of 3 mana creatures that they played, maybe a 5 mana creature, and maybe they have a bunch of 2 mana creatures and a 4 mana creature, we can name even, so destroy all 2 and 4 mana creatures, also on our side as well. And then we would gain control of all the odd mana creatures. So and that is the opponent's creatures. So we would gain control of all of their 3 and 5 mana creatures as well. They gain haste until the end of the turn. So hopefully we can punch in and finish them off that way as well. The card art looks absolutely hilarious. For this card, it looks like a robot attacking like a lizard Kavu type of dude as well. It definitely does look like a Mutinous Massacre. So I hope to maybe pull off a win with this card as well. Maybe surprise the opponent just completely out of nowhere. 7 mana is a lot, so we do have to hope that the opponent's playing quite a few creatures, but there are definitely quite a few creature decks out there right now. So this card, I'll definitely keep playing until I get a game with it, because it does look like a lot of fun. But yeah, I've been rambling long enough. The whole point of today's deck is to showcase weapons manufacturing. Really good card right now. So yeah, let's just jump into some games, see how the deck does. All right, guys, we get to go first. We do have weapons manufacturing and a few other artifacts as well, which is really nice. So, yeah, no red mana on turn 1, but that's fine. Absolutely fine. We have a bunch of kill spells. A lot of kill spells, actually. Ooh, Voice of Victory. You love to see that. So we will get down Tithing Blade. We did miss a land, which does suck, but we have an artifact entering, so we get to create the munitions token. And he has to sacrifice his little creature. And we even have the Phantom Train, so that will be really nice. Then we can start sacrificing those. Hit a land drop, but I think it comes in tapped because it is past turn 4. Whenever another creature controls, or creature you control enters, you gain life. I don't really want them gaining too much life, so again, go ahead and sacrifice that creature. And we have 2 munitions tokens now. Opponent, I think, also missed a land drop, potentially. They go with the Bat. We will get down the Clockwork Percussionist. And then, do we kill this creature? They might be trying an infinite life gain, life drain combo, which I actually also plan to play. So we will just go ahead and get rid of that creature right now. And then we can punch in for 1. Kind of hope we find a land so we can play the Phantom Train. Opponent missed a land drop. They finally hit their 3rd land drop. They go with the Infestation Sage, so that one does replace itself. On the Umbral Caller Zealot, this is such a good card. We did find a land drop, which is amazing, so we can go with the Phantom Train. And then we get to create the Munitions token. And then I think we can activate the train right away. I mean, he does have Summoning Sickness, so he won't be able to attack in, but we can at least get rid of their Umbral Caller Zealot. So sacrifice that one. Go ahead and deal 2 damage to your... We're just going to call him the Zealot. Your busted card for 2 mana, you get a 3/2 that can sacrifice stuff whenever you want. Is that just until the end of the turn? Might be, but yeah, we'll go ahead and pass. We'll go ahead and say no attacks. We'll end the turn. And yeah, we still have 3 munitions tokens that we can sacrifice. Next turn, we'll be creating 2 extra ones as well. That one does not have ward. So yeah, you're just going to be losing this creature right away. We'll go ahead and sacrifice this one. Blast Sir Von Dom for 2. And we can block your Infestation Sage. You do get to create a insect token, but I do not care. And I mean, I'm a little bit worried about Erase the Past, now that I think about it. Yikes, that can be a little bit scary. Does the opponent have a 1-mana kill spell? Eaten Alive? He does, wow. So, that is unfortunate for us. Do we sacrifice anything? I don't think so. I don't think so. We hit a land drop, so we'll go with the Mephitic Draught. Create the munitions token. Ooh, we got Legion Extruder, which is amazing. Another artifact entering. Can ping the opponent for 2. Create the munitions token. And again, we have another artifact entering. Punch the opponent for 1. So we have 5 times 2. So 10 damage on board right there. We just need a way to sacrifice them. We can do it with this one, pay 2, but then we have to tap this guy as well, so he can only do that once. And same with the Legion Extruder, we can pay 2 and tap this one. So yeah, I'm really sad that he had that Eaten Alive. Kind of crazy that he's playing that card. I mean, it does make a lot of sense in a deck like this that has a lot of, well, I mean, yeah, I guess you can create or sacrifice the mobilized tokens. Infestation Sage is, of course, a great creature to block. And yeah, he does bring back 3 creatures. He's going to be gaining a bunch of life, but at least it is not a Raise the Past. Another Legion Extruder is amazing. Unfortunately, we missed a land drop, so we're actually not going to be able to remove everyone. But for sure, we'll go ahead and blow that one up. Voice of Victory. And then, yeah, we will spend 2 mana. We'll sacrifice this one. We will go ahead and get rid of your Voice of Victory. He should sacrifice it with the Zealot, which he does. And yeah, no attacks from us. I guess we can attack. Well, no, we'll attack with him. We need to put some pressure on the opponent. Like I said, we have 10 damage right here. We just need a way to sacrifice these tokens. You may play it until the end of your next turn. So it is just another one. We'll play him right now. So this is actually another artifact entering. So 12 damage on board. And again, we just need a way to sacrifice them. Opponent is missing some land drops, but I mean, their deck really doesn't need more than 2 mana, it seems like, to function properly. And yeah, next turn we can just clear the board again. Ooh, Vengeful Blood Witch, that is a good one, because now whenever a creature dies, we do lose life. The fact that he's attacking with that one, you absolutely love to see. Does he have a kill spell? Eaten Alive was at sorcery speed, so I'm really glad that he sacrificed that one. Is gaining some life. He honestly might just have another Raise the Past, shoot the Sheriff. So we'll go with Legion Extruder, sacrifice this one, and we will blow up the Vengeful Blood Witch. And then part of me wants to keep Shoot the Sheriff available. So we'll just attack in for 2, bring the opponent down to 19. And yeah, we have 2 mana available, so we can go Shoot the Sheriff, can make another 3/3 Golem by sacrificing one of these. So again, I hope he doesn't have that Dewdrop Cure. But I mean, 2 mana, 2 mana, 2 mana. He is playing a lot of 2 mana creatures. And we have a 0 mana creature right here. Destroy target artifact or enchantment. So let's see what he chooses to blow up. Pretty annoying. Probably our weapons. Oh, he has to... Can he do that at instant speed? I mean, he does have the 1 mana right now, so let's do it. We'll go ahead and sacrifice this one. And we'll blow this guy up. So he's going to sacrifice him to get rid of our golem. I'm not sure that was the correct play because we're just creating a new one. So we'll go with the Mephitic Draught. Go ahead and draw a card. Again, create the munitions token. Shoot the sheriff. I think I will just start sacrificing these. Want to draw some cards. And Chainsaw is actually a really good pickup, so we'll go ahead and play that one. We'll blow up this guy. Create another munitions token. And yeah, we really just need to find our... what's it called? The Phantom Train? Yeah. I'm so upset that he had it eaten alive. That's so crazy. Good on the opponent for having that, but, I mean... If he has Raise the Past, then we are in a little bit of trouble. Raise the Past would go hard right now. We're up to 6, so even if we do find... He's going to gift us a card. We find the Phantom Train, though, which is amazing. So I think we got him. Because this is 12 damage on board. He has 1 mana left over. So one of these guys gets through. And, yeah, we can actually just shoot the Sheriff to remove some of his creatures as well, so... Oh, and he actually removes 1 creature for us anyway, so that's pretty nice. So yeah, for sure we're going with the Phantom Train. And then we will just blow up your Seer Von Dom. That one grows. And then we will just attack with everyone. So that's 1 damage getting through. That is 1 damage getting through. He's double blocking that one, so 4 damage getting through. Okay, not sure if the opponent really sees what's going to happen to them, but that's fine, because we can just sacrifice. I wish you could... So that's what's nice about the Rottenmouth Viper. You can just sacrifice all of these whenever you want. This one you do have to click through, so I do apologize a little bit to the opponent. Combos like this are a little bit annoying, but I mean, hey, we got him. It took a while to get there, and the reason why it took so long is because he just removed our first Phantom Train. Of course, if I knew that he had that card, I would not have activated our Phantom Train that one turn. But yeah, you see, we can... could even do a little bit of bad BM, bad manners, get rid of this creature right here. But we'll just go with... Because you see we have 1 of them left over, so we could ping this guy for 2, but we'll just get the opponent. So GG. It took a while to get there, but hey, that's the combo. And yeah, you guys saw weapons manufacturing, really, really good. I'm kind of surprised that he didn't blow it up that one turn with the commando, because it really is this card that gave us all those munition tokens. So yeah, GG. All right, guys, opponent goes first. I will keep this hand. Because we can go with weapons manufacturing on turn 2, and then turn 3 we could go Legion Extruder. They play a big creature. I mean, we could look to remove it right away. I think we'll do that. We'll get down Legion Extruder. Would have liked to get weapons manufacturing first, but I'm not sure the 1 munitions token will make too much of a difference. And I mean, just preserving our life total is pretty important as well, so... And then the turn after that, we get a double removal. So yeah, we will get down the weapons manufacturing now. And then next turn, we can go with the chainsaw, blow something up, and then go with the Tithing Blade. Hopefully he just levels that one up. No, he goes with another creature. He at least can't level that one up. So they don't have a ward. So yeah, he's going to punch in for 3. Does he get to put more count? Oh, it doesn't matter if he gets to put counters on him, because we can go with the chainsaw to deal 3 damage to your Silent Hall Creeper. Get to create the munitions token. And then we can go with Tithing Blade and force you to sacrifice your creature. And again, it's an artifact entering, so we create the munitions token, and we have Phantom Train entering next turn. So things are looking on the up and up. He's just going to level up the Innkeeper's Talent. He has another Warden of the Grove. Oh, I think we will get down the Phantom Train, create the munitions token, And we will just pass the turn. Might be able to actually catch him off guard. Maybe he doesn't know that that one can turn into a creature. Maybe he doesn't know that that one can turn into a creature. Maybe he just spends all 4 mana to level up the Innkeeper's Talent. You absolutely love to see it. How many counters does it get? Probably quite a few. It's up to 6 only. Yikes. Does he punch in? Yikes. So we will 100% sacrifice this one. 2 damage right to your dome. This creature becomes a 5/5. We for sure will sacrifice another munitions token. Blast you for 2 damage right to the dome. And then we'll sacrifice this munitions token. Why is he a 6/5? Because it says he gets a +1/+1. I think it says 6/5 because I think the opponent rage quit right there, which I don't blame him. It was a little bit of a blowout. He didn't realize that we could transform this one into a creature. But yeah, he starts as a 4/4, as you guys can see right there. I don't think I'm blocking this. And whenever we sacrifice an artifact, which the munitions tokens are, we had 3 of them. So this guy starts as a 4/4. We sacrificed all 3 of them to deal 6 damage to his face. And our Phantom Train would grow up to a 7/7. So we can trade with the Warden of the Grove. He's all tapped out. And I mean, he's down to 3 cards in hand. Next turn, we had another Weapons Manufacturing and then a Mephitic Draught entering that would generate 2 more of these munitions tokens for us to sacrifice with the Phantom Train. So 110%, that was a blowout. GG. All right, guys, opponent goes first, but I will keep this. Got the Grim Bauble on turn 1. Well, I mean, if they don't play a creature, then we'll get a creature down. And this little boy has haste. Clockwork Percussionist can smack in for 1. Got the Legion Extruder next turn. Go ahead and deal 2 damage to your Picnic Ruiner. I have a feeling they are playing the Mighty deck, the budget deck. I released a video like that a few weeks ago, maybe 2 weeks ago now at this point. Really, really good deck. So we might need to keep Shoot the Sheriff available. They might be looking for a green source. Just another Picnic Ruiner. I don't think he's going to be too happy that we have another Grim Bauble, but I mean, I'm going to use it. Need to keep those creatures off the board, and we will go with the Mephitic Draught. Draw a card, lose 1 life, and again, we can punch in for 1. And then I guess next turn we could go with Phantom Train. There is his green source. Does he keep it on top? He does. He likes the card. The Slumbering Cerberus will actually get down Starting Town, and we will blow up your Slumbering Cerberus. I actually maybe should have waited for him to pump it up with some pump spells. That is actually my mistake. So we'll keep back our Clockwork Percussionist. And then maybe we will just pass. Yeah, so there's the Cactar. He's going to hit us with a Wild Ride, and it has Trample. Yikes. 6 damage. He plays a bunch of fling spells as well, so I will try and stop some damage. Yeah, I definitely should have kept my removal spell. Because, yeah, now we just need to play around a fling effect for the entire game, which sucks. So yeah, we're just gonna pass. Did I play a land that turn? Can't remember. I cannot remember. And there's the Might. Oh, does he have Wild Ride? I think he does. He has a way to give this thing haste. If he has a 1 mana haste, which doesn't look like it. Alright, so we will go ahead and sacrifice this one, draw a card, lose 1 life. Not necessarily what we want to be doing, but that is actually quite nice. And then we will sacrifice this one to Surveil 2. We definitely don't need another train. And I don't think we need a land for right now, even though we are close to 7. But yeah, for sure we will block this one. Alright. Ooh, Shoot the Sheriff is amazing. And we will have enough mana, so we'll get this one down. And then we can say no attacks, end the turn. Might is 1 mana. I mean, if he does play another 3 mana creature, we could choose even with this, destroy all even mana. Okay, that is actually pretty nice because you don't get to transfer those counters to anything. And red... Wow, I guess you get to keep those counters, right? Yeah. So we'll go ahead and sacrifice this one. Ooh, weapons manufacturing is pretty nice. Ooh, chainsaws also. That's an amazing pickup. So we will play the weapons manufacturing for sure. I don't think he has any way of pumping his toughness up. So we can destroy the might right now. And this guy might be running out of creatures, which is absolutely amazing. And then we will keep shoot the sheriff available. I'll attack. Need to show the opponent who's boss. So yeah, he's playing. It looks nearly like my deck for sure. I had a budget deck playing a lot of these creatures as well. I don't see Starting Town though. I didn't include this land, so it's not quite my deck, but I'll include it here if I remember for you guys. Let's go ahead and pass. We will just sacrifice this one. And yeah, I don't think the opponent can really do anything. He needs some hasty creatures because we can just, well, we can't keep creating those munitions tokens. But yeah, we were going to destroy the might, and I mean, he's down to just 2 cards in hand. We have a Shoot the Sheriff available, and we even have kind of a board wipe as well. So yeah, opponent just ran out of gas, but it did get a little bit scary. They had a lot of creatures, honestly. 3, 4, 5, 6 creatures. They did find a lot of them, but yeah, they weren't really able to do too much. So GG. All right, people, we get to go first. I will keep this, and I think we'll go with Fabled Passage on turn 1 just to give us some red mana so we can get weapons manufacturing on turn 2. Greedy freebooter. 1 damage each turn I don't really care about. So yeah, we'll go ahead and get red. Go ahead and get black down, even though we were drawing red right there. Love to see it. Love to see it. But it's all good, people, because we can get down the Clockwork Percussionist and the Grim Bauble as well. That'll be 2 munitions tokens that we create then. The Demon Wall. The Demon Wall. So how do we do this? He's probably playing a Unholy Annex deck. I could not think of the word for a second. So I think, unfortunately, we will go with Grim Bauble. Go ahead and give this creature -2/-2. You do get to surveil and create a treasure token or scry. So we did ramp him a little tiny bit. Throws it to the bottom. We will go ahead and get down the Tithing Blade. Is another munitions token entering. And you have no creatures on board. Fountainport actually also a really nice way. Yeah, see, I knew it. He was playing the Unholy Annex. Need to find some removal, because if he does play some demons, we might be in a little bit of trouble. Go ahead and punch in for 1. We'll end the turn. And then do we see the Bloodletter of Aclazot? Could be an Unstoppable Slasher. Quite a few demons that this guy can go with. He has up to 4 mana. Oh, it's just the bat? That's fine. And he does it with Offspring, so that you absolutely love to see. It's because you are losing this creature right away. We will sacrifice a token to draw a card. You guys already know which token we're sacrificing. Munitions token. A bat? You don't need that bat. You crazy? Yeah, go ahead, lose 2 life. Do I want to surveil? I kind of do. Kind of want to blow up this bat as well, so let's actually do it. Sacrifice this token. Blast this little bat. Bap. You don't need that one. Oh, drawing a ton of lands. That's really not what we want to be drawing. So punch the opponent for 1. He probably plays a demon this turn. I mean, he's drawn quite a few cards already, thanks to the Unholy Annex. So I think we have to go with Tithing Blade. That can make him force sacrifice something. It's just another Ritual Chamber, but he unlocks the demon side, so he gains 2 and we lose 2 right now. I think I want as much mana as possible, so we'll go with Legion Extruder. Go ahead and blast you there. Create the munitions token. We'll go with Tithing Blade. Make you force sacrifice the demon. Don't know why he gave up, because we were 100% running out of gas right there, and we have no ways of force sacrificing this one. But I mean, there could be a chance that he doesn't have another demon, but I mean, he can just unlock this one next turn. So, wow, kind of surprising that the opponent gave up, because I think they would have definitely gotten us. We're kind of running out of cards. It's just 2 lands in hand. Of course, he doesn't know that, and I mean, he has... This one isn't unlocked, but he does have 2 Unholy Annexes, so he'd be drawing so many cards right there. So I think he was maybe a little bit upset that he spent 5 mana for the Offspring cost, and then we just bap, got rid of them that way. But hey, I mean, a win is a win, and it's against Unholy Annex deck. G to the G. All right, guys, we get to go first. I will keep this. I think we'll get Starting Town on turn 1. That can give us our red mana. And then we got a Weapons Manufacturing, followed by another Weapons Manufacturing into the Clockwork Percussionist. Hopefully we find a land along the way. We don't, but that's fine. Going with the game plan. We'll be taking quite a bit of damage from Starting Town for right now, but I mean, hey, it is all good. Now I really hope we draw a land. I'm playing against an Esper player. We do find a land. Can we do everything? No, because we only have 1 red. That is unfortunate, but yeah, we will for sure go with another Weapons Manufacturing. And we will smack the opponent for 1. They are Esper. I think of the mill deck then right away, especially because we haven't seen any other creatures. Opponent's not doing anything, so we'll just get down the Clockwork Percussionist. Do you want to counter this one? No? Well, we get to create 2 munitions tokens, and we will just punch in for 2. And, I mean, I guess we'll keep Shoot the Sheriff available. You looking to draw some cards? That's fine. So that's 1 counterspell, and they are a mill deck. We see the River Churn Monument, and opponent scoops it up. I don't know if they were playing with the Space-Time Anomaly, where we mill cards equal to our life total, or their life total, but... And yeah, we actually didn't have a... Well, that's not... Well... If we drew a 4th land, then we could get the Phantom Train down, and then we could start sacrificing these munitions tokens. But, I mean, he's playing counter spells, so who knows? Anyways, GG. All right, guys, we get to go first. I actually really like this hand. I'll actually save this one, because we want to create the munitions tokens. We have the Phantom Train as well. Ooh, Legion Extruder, also really amazing pickup. We can actually play both of these next turn. Opponent is... There was a stick right there. He's looking at our Weapons Manufacturing. This card looks so funny. It looks like giant brains or like a wad of bubble gum. So I don't think this guy's going to be too happy about this. This does... Let's just manually tap. We'll do this one for red, this one for black. We'll get this one down. That is an artifact entering, so there's the munitions token. We'll go ahead and blow up your Tifa Lockhart, and then we will get down the Slagdrill Scrapper. Create another munitions token, and the opponent scooped it up right away. They knew what was coming. GG. All right, guys, we get to go first. We'll keep this hand. Get the monkey on turn 1. And then got a few removal spells on turn 2. If the opponent isn't too aggressive, can even draw a card, so... This is pretty nice. And, I mean, Azorius Control, I think this is a really bad matchup for us. Weapons Manufacturing actually is an amazing pickup right now. I just hope they don't have a counterspell, because it is everyone's favorite type of magic. Just drop a land and pass the turn. So let's actually get Legion Extruder first. See if this one eats a counterspell. Wow, what a surprise. And punch in for 1. And they get the Cryogen Relic, so they might actually be a Simulacrum Synthesizer deck. Oh, I did not want to play that one. I wanted to play the Slagdrill. That is absolutely my mistake, but whatever. Now we at least have a way of creating these munition tokens. It is Braided Net, so it is for sure Simulacrum Synthesizer. And the play that we go with is the Slagdrill Scrapper. Get to create that munitions token. And again, if they want to tap with the Braided Net, be my guest. You know what we can maybe do if we actually have a lot of creatures that can block for a while and they make a ton of artifact tokens? Maybe we can get them with the Mutinous Massacre. But, I mean, we did see a counterspell already. That might have to be our game plan. That might have to be our game plan. Because, yeah, opponent's doing nothing. Another chainsaw. We're not going to play that one yet. We will just punch in for 2. And pass the turn. Opponent might look to draw a card with the Cryogen Relic. So they're going to put a stun counter on that guy. That's fine. But it's not really fine. All right, pass the turn. Do they have the Simulacrum Synthesizer? So that's another counter spell out of their hand. They get to draw 2 and then discard a card. All right, we will pass the turn. 2, 4. We're up to 5. We need 2 more mana, so that'd be 7. And I mean, we need to find the Mutinous Massacre. Memory Guardian. Oh, an opponent just gives up. I don't know why. I mean, they definitely had way more cards than us. We didn't have a direct way of sacrificing these. We'd have to pay 2 and tap this guy every turn, so don't know why he gave up, but hey, I'm calling it right now. We beat a Simulacrum Synthesizer deck. GG. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we get to go first. Thank you very much. We will keep this hand, and we will get Starting Town. We'll go into the Weapons Manufacturing, the Bubblegum Factory, as I'm starting to call this card, because that's what it looks like to me. And then we have quite a few artifacts that can come in, so I'm liking our chances. We got the Burnout Bastronaut, so opponent looking to maybe be mono-red goblins. They can go pretty quickly. This might be the game for Mutinous Massacre. I will say, guys, this is a absolutely terrible card in this deck. It really doesn't do anything for us, so that is a feels bad moment. But what is a feels good moment is we got Legion Extruder. I will pay 1 life for that. We'll blow up this goblin. And then with the Grim Bauble, we will go ahead and blow up the Burnout Bastronaut. And we got 2 munitions tokens down. We will be up to 4 mana, so 3 more. And then we have the Massacre. That's a pretty good card as well. We might be in some trouble, guys. That's odd. These are even because they're tokens. Oh, another land drop is not what we need, but we might be able to catch the opponent off guard. They never see the Legion Extruder coming in, so whenever a creature you control enters, blah, 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 create a goblin token, ping us for 1, up to 4, big speed, high speed. He attacks with those guys. That's fine. We will go ahead and sacrifice this one. And yeah, we need to find a way to sacrifice a lot of our tokens. But we do get to create the 3/3 Golem. We will, of course, choose to block this one. And, oh, we did find a sack outlet, which is absolutely amazing. Create another munitions token. So that's 6 damage on board. Unfortunately, we can't split it in an odd way. So what I mean by that is by dealing 3 damage to him and 3 damage to him. Unfortunately, we have to use the 2 damage to still get rid of this guy. And yeah, opponent scoops it up. So yeah, when we get this combo established, yeah, it is really hard for opponents to come back from this. And again, like I was saying in this game, guys, this Munitions Massacre, this is just not the deck for it. I mean, 7 mana, that is so much in Standard right now. 2, 4, 5. I mean, we have 6 mana right here, but would we even find a land in the next few turns? Who knows? We're kind of pinging the opponent's creatures down, so they don't even have that many creatures to begin with. So yeah, unfortunately, I'm not sure we'll be able to get a game with Munitions Massacre today, which is unfortunate, but I'll try for a little bit longer. Anyways, GG. All right, guys, opponent goes first. We will keep this hand, though. See red land from the opponent. I think we will go with, I see a black land as well. They might be playing the exact same deck. Who knows? No, it ain't. we will get Starting Town down, and I guess we will get down Weapons Manufacturing. This card leads me to believe they are playing the Hitsugu's Second Right, where when we're at 10 HP, they can just one-shot us. With a 4-mana card, I believe, it does 10 damage if you're at 10 life. Yeah, so this opponent, I'm pretty sure, is looking to burn us out. That's fine. Ooh, Mutinous Massacre could be interesting. For now, we'll just get the Legion Extruder down. Bop this guy for 2. And we can deal damage to any target, right? Yeah, so we could... This is an outlaw, right? Okay, so we have to do it like this. Chainsaw will deal 3 damage to this guy. And then with the Legion Extruder, we can sacrifice this munitions token and bop this guy to get him out of here. A human assassin. Also a outlaw. Is he playing a Thunder Junction set? He is. This guy is so tired of seeing people play Shoot the Sheriff that he's like, hey, I'm going to play all the outlaws so that your Shoot the Sheriff does nothing. And I'm getting rid of these 2. I know it might seem crazy. The Phantom Train, of course, we can sacrifice these tokens whenever we want. And I really want to pull off the Mutinous Massacre. 2, 4, 5. Plus that treasure token is 6 mana for the opponent. I'm going to get down the train right now. And then we will just pass the turn. We'll hold these guys back to block because I think this game, I'm going to do it. I'm going to show you guys that this is just not a good card. Because this is even, this is even, this is even. So everything is even right now, which is nice. So we can choose to destroy all odd mana value creatures, and then we would gain control of his 2 creatures right here. Gain control of 2 1/1s, or a 1/3 and a 1/1. That's pretty powerful if you ask me. I'm worried he has another kill spell, so I actually don't want to sacrifice this one to turn this one into a creature. Just because if it is a creature, he can destroy it. But, I mean, I guess we'll risk it. Go ahead and blow up the Charming Scoundrel. And this one, well, seems like there's no kill spell, so a little bit of a blowout for the opponent. And yeah, they scoop it up. So yeah, I'm telling you guys, this Mutinous Massacre card art, absolutely amazing. Just not a good card in this deck, which makes me sad. Anyways, GG. Hey there, neighbor, and welcome to the post-game wrap. Today we saw quite a few games with the Bubblegum Factory, as I call it, because they look like giant wads of bubblegum to me. But yeah, that's Weapons Manufacturing. For 2 mana, this enchantment comes down, and whenever we play an artifact, as long as it's not a token, we get to create the Munitions token, and whenever we sacrifice the Munitions token, we deal 2 damage to any target. We saw in a lot of games, you can really remove a lot of the opponent's creatures that way, which they don't like. You can also go right to their life total and start pinging them for 2 if you have a way of sacrificing these munitions tokens, which a lot of people are playing it with the Rottenmouth Viper, which actually I think would fit really, really well in this deck. But I went with the Phantom Train. It's a little bit cheaper than the Viper, but at the same time it's not, because the Viper, if you have them in your hand, you can sacrifice those munition tokens. But anyways, the Phantom Train, 4 mana, it comes down as an artifact, so it does trigger Weapons Manufacturing, and you can sacrifice another artifact or creature and put a +1/+1 counter on this vehicle, and then it becomes a creature until the end of the turn, and you can choose to sacrifice more than 1 munitions tokens to keep putting +1/+1 counters on this Phantom Train, which is really, really nice. I think we saw in a few games we were able to win with the Phantom Train, being able to sacrifice those munition tokens, so that combo works really, really well. The Legion Extruder is another really nice 2 mana artifact. Again, if you have Weapons Manufacturing down and you play Legion Extruder, that will trigger the Weapons Manufacturing, so you get to create the munitions token and you get to ping the opponent for 2. And then the Legion Extruder, you can spend 2 mana and sacrifice an artifact, so ideally you are sacrificing those munition tokens, and then you can create a 3/3 golem. And again, of course, when you sacrifice the munitions token, you deal 2 damage to the opponent. So This combo of these 3 cards together works really, really well. And I mean, you don't even really need the Legion Extruder. Just really these 2 work so well together. Everything else is just pure artifacts in our deck, with the exception of Shoot the Sheriff, because that's just targeted removal at instant speed, which is really, really good. Tithing Blade is an artifact. Opponent is forced to sacrifice a creature. Chainsaw is an artifact. You get to deal 3 damage to a creature. Legion Extruder, we've been over him, 2 damage to any target. And then we have a few 1-mana creatures with the Clockwork Percussionist. It is an artifact creature with a 1/1 power level. And then the Slagdrill Scrapper, a 1-mana artifact creature. And this one as well, you can spend 2 mana to sacrifice another artifact. So that is a way that you can sacrifice 1 munitions token. And again, you can do that with the Legion Extruder as well. But you really, really want the Phantom Train in this deck, just to sacrifice a lot of those munitions tokens. The one thing that I'm so sad about, and guys, I forced it. I tried so hard today to get a win with the Mutinous Massacre. It is just really not a good card. For 7 mana, it's really expensive. How often are you having 7 mana on board? Not very often, because most of the time you're dead by then. Or if you're going with the main game plan of the Bubblegum Factory and Phantom Train, opponents are usually dead before turn 7, or they scoop it up before turn 7, because with the munitions token and the Phantom Train, you're pinging the opponent's creatures down so that our life total doesn't go to 0 before turn 7. So oftentimes, if you even are able to get up to 7 mana, the opponents probably don't have that many creatures, and then you have to choose odd or even. All the tokens we create with the Legion Extruder, tokens do count as 0. So if we choose odd, we destroy all creatures with an odd mana value. So we would get rid of our Slagdrill Scrapper or our Clockwork Percussionist, and we would get rid of all of the creatures that the opponents control with odd mana value. And then we gain control of all creatures with an even mana value. How often are there so many creatures on board that when you gain control of them and you swing into the opponent, it is swinging in for lethal? It really isn't going to happen that often. Of course, if you played a million games, it probably would happen a few times. But like I said, I played quite a few games today with it. I even forced it a few games where I'm like, I'm just going to go with the Munitions Massacre. And it just really isn't good. One game I got really close. Opponent was playing a dragon deck, and we took all their creatures on odd. It was a few dragons. We punched in. I think they were at 17, and we got them down to 3. But then the sad thing about the Munitions... I keep calling it Munitions Massacre. It's Mutinous Massacre. The sad thing about this is the opponents just regain control of those creatures at the end of the turn anyway. I think that this card, I think it should just destroy. You should sacrifice those creatures at the end of your turn after you gain control of them, because for 7 mana, yeah, swinging in with the opponent's creatures, like I said, oftentimes it isn't even enough for lethal, and then if this is supposed to be a board wipe for 7 mana, it should just get rid of all the creatures, is what I personally believe. So yeah, it really just does not fit in this deck very well, which is unfortunate. I could see this working in a ramp deck. I might try and include it because, again, the card art looks absolutely amazing. But if you do get rid of this card, which I would highly, highly recommend, that means you have 3 copies of something to work with. You could, of course, just look to go up 2 more copies of Chainsaw and maybe another copy of the Grim Bauble, but I actually think that you could just go up 3 copies of the Rottenmouth Viper for, I think he's 6 mana, but again, you can sacrifice basically anything to reduce the cost of the Rottenmouth Viper, and again, you want to be sacrificing those munition tokens. So I would personally go up 3 copies of the Rottenmouth Viper, and I think this deck will be just so much better. It already felt really, really strong today. I know a lot of people are playing with weapons manufacturing. Like I said in the deck intro, I think they're playing it in the Gruul version where you have that biotech specialist that can... I'm not sure if he can sacrifice munition tokens whenever he wants, but I think whenever a token gets sacrificed, he also pings the opponent for 1. So then anytime you sacrifice a munitions token with that biotech specialist on the battlefield, you're basically dealing 3 damage to any target, which is pretty good then. But yeah, I went with a Rakdos version, so red and black, and I think the deck did work really, really well today. I think you guys saw from some of the games, you can just really, really shut down the opponent. We have quite a bit of removal, so you can keep the board clean. And like I said, just cut the 3 copies of Mutinous Massacre and go up 3 copies of the Rottenmouth Viper, and I think you guys will be golden. So yeah, that is the deck for today. If you guys made it this far into the video, hopefully that means you enjoyed it. So consider subscribing if you do enjoy the content. And yeah, leaving a thumbs up helps me out tremendously. And you guys can leave a comment down below. What match did you like? Do you guys have any recommendations for a deck with Mutinous Massacre? Because I would really like to play it, because I definitely will be trying this card myself in the future. So yeah, if you guys have any ideas, leave it down below in the comments. And I've been yapping long enough, so I'm just going to end it like I always end it. I love you guys. Peace out.